This is Deducter with the Scout on normal difficulty getting ready to go on to floor 26 with my ridiculously good number of finds, including just recently a pocket tesseract and a phase glove. I have pretty much nothing to worry about in this game. As long as I don't get overconfident, I'll be fine. Plus I have the Adamantium Claws, which I can use to carve up everything. Let's see. Cryoid. Hiver. I'm more concerned about the cryoid than anything. Should have probably equipped my targeting helm still. Eh. I'm gonna level and then use my to refill my sidebar. Alright. Pistol, rifle, assault weapons. Blade, still useful potentially. Foraging. With my telekinesis at 75, I mean I could increase it further. That'll boost the damage of Shrapnel Storm and Telekinetic Fist and increase the effectiveness to deflect, but it's not really that necessary at this point. I mean, on the other hand, I don't really need to level up anything else. Yeah, sure, might as well put a point in the Decipher. Let me demonstrate Shrapnel Storm. Does some damage. This enemy has fairly high armor, so the periodic damage isn't that much, but as you can see, it paralyzes it. Now, the duration doesn't last as long as Fear, but for many enemies, it's more than sufficient to deal with. This room has 3 Zeta locked doors. I'm not getting there. Not that there's anything in there to get. Madness Field. Sure, I'll... Leperoid. Ooh, right. Oh! The security bot unlocked the door for me. Well, how about that? Disease, it's not gonna bother me. And I'm just gonna do Shrapnel Storm on it. And then hack it to death. Pretty easy, as you can see here. Man, this place has so many Sidera balls. Disease might also be affecting my finesse. No, it's not. Alright. More nano reconstructors. Sure, I'll activate the robots on this room. Whoops, I should re-equip that. And I succeed again. That's a Jaeger. That's just a normal Marigi drone? That's not so bad. I can in fact carve it up with my Adamantium Claws. Isn't this weapon just great? It's so ridiculously fun. Ooh, Stone Maul. But what I really want to do is find Tesseract well so I can finally make a rifle.
Give me strength. Never miss.
Okay, I see. Again, the corrupt doctors don't throw their knockout grenades at close range. Although the Tarka can hurt in close range with your shotgun, it's not so bad to someone with decent armor. 2 of these. What was that? I'll take care of... I could also lure them out of the room. Haven't quite decided what's the best course of action yet. There's also that robot in that corner to take care of. Use the accelerator boost to get up to it. Alright, it does not appear as if there is a master mining this room.
In record.
On the other hand, that robot could potentially, like, toss grenades. I might come back to this room. Deal with... after I lure out one of the robots.
I can feel the power.
Right, I don't necessarily want to make the hero sausage. I want to try to make a star fondue. Use the lightning blade for the AoE effect.
I'm ready.
Nothing else here. Ooh, a weapons vault. That could contain really good stuff. There's a clone worker there. I see it. I'll deal with you right after I take care of that droid. Oh boy. This is when Shrapnel Storm shines, because they can paralyze even the nastiest robot. Then I equip accelerator boots so I can get up close and carve it up. Yeah, that robot can heal. I really hope I kill it. Yes. Sometimes these, like, living brains will ignore you, and I don't really want to fight it just yet. I'll deal with you in a moment, though. Enemies like the Moon Bear King, which spawns ads. Oh, so inaccurate. Well, I'll deal with you later. If you have the appropriate equipment, you're not too bothered by them, since they appear from a distance. So Actually, these enemies are going to start to bother me. I have plenty more high caliber rounds lying in my bank. Yeah. It's not necessarily a bad time for a grenade, but not yet. Now is the time for a grenade, and a normal grenade will do. Oh, I was grabbed, I didn't see that. I don't need the Squawker Drill anymore. Ribs. They can drop a component useful for making... you should cook them, but if you eat them, they can drop a component that makes a crappy dagger, which you don't really want to make, or a silenced auto pistol. It's basically this weapon. I think it has slightly less penetration and maybe slightly less accuracy, but and also less durability, so it's not quite as good as normal auto pistol, but you know, it's another weapon that uses pistol ammunition. Those things, they're Gigantopithecus. They're basically like Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, depending on your particular view of what those mythical creatures should be called. Cryptozoology, I believe, is the branch of pseudoscience. It really is what it is. That study being a very generous word. But then again, a lot of people believing Bigfoot, despite evidence to the contrary. And that is mostly because if such a creature existed, the evidence would almost certainly have been found at this point. But I digress. Let me shoot up this security bot. Alright. Let's see what we can get from the weapon vault. That's it. Aw, sometimes the drop is terrible. But I can definitely get in here if I put on my coding avatar. Let's see what we get from here. Another biomod could be a good one. Could be one that gives extra armor, extra strength, extra finesse, more psi. I mean, there are all sorts of good effects, so let's see what I find. Alright, I just want to make sure that wasn't a... It wasn't a adaptoid. Like, this room wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the crazed surgeon, since I do not want to get, you know, knocked unconscious by it and then eat all sorts of damage from those enemies. I'm going to circle around. Yeah, this is a good time as any to deal with that thing. The absorboids can do pretty high damage from a distance. They have a X-rifle, which are highly effective at range. Ooh, I gotta save the laser carbine and take care of that Spectre. Slowed me, huh? That's not so good. There we go. Alright, don't need this equipped to deal with the Spectre. Nanowire is still worth picking up. So I might be able to make a backup Adamantium Claw. Alright, now I also need to get access to a lab to make more ammunition for my laser carbine. Ugh. That didn't quite work as I had hoped.
I can feel the power.
Running very low on shotgun shells, but I'm, again, not super worried. This guy's a pretty good candidate for a shrapnel storm, actually.
I'm in your head.
Since he has a vibro sword, which hurts in close range. Oops.
No worries.
Yeah, 61%. No reason to risk it. Can't use telekinesis on those things.
You're dead.
Is there any particular variety of ammunition I need? Actually, yes. I need shotgun shells, so I am going to use the trick of... I mean, it's kind of tedious, but I am pretty desperate for shotgun shells. So I will be using the drop the weapons trick. It's kind of... shouldn't really be necessary, but nah, I didn't get the bonus drop because I dropped the snub pistol, right? Yeah, that's alright. Do I really need AM cells? Probably not. There's a Stomo. Let me actually put the shotgun here. I use that weapon a lot.
Sister, give me strength.
With this fast strip, I can actually make an item called Pit Stew. It's a food. Don't usually get a chance to do it, so once I can, I will. Damper patch, don't need that. Ah, now we start to run into some of the more interesting enemies in the game. That thing. Ferrozool female. Ferrozool male. They use psionic attacks, including fear, but that's not why they're so bad. It's because they have knockout grenades. I believe 3 of them. Which is a problem for most characters, since you do not want to be knocked unconscious. But I will go back and deal with him in a moment. Weapons vault. Let me take care of the bear first.
Too slow.
Then, let me go take care of the robot. Right. Alright then. Let's see what we get from here.
I'm a genius.
Vibro Sword. Don't really need a mine trap, but I might as well pick it up since I have inventory space. Okay, so this thing has high penetration, not quite as much damage as the Lightning Blade, but it is also, since it's a human weapon, I don't suffer any penalties using it. On the other hand, I have Lightning Blade, and this thing does take up energy cells. I'm not going to necessarily throw it out just yet. It is at the minimum a free energy cell, but I'm probably going to put that in the bank, and maybe I will try to craft, like, the Adamantium Sword. Yeah, why not? Since if I fail, I still have a pretty good backup weapon. I do have, like, a large amount of energy cells. I have plenty more stash in my bank. So this is actually a pretty good choice. So, you know, don't use the Lightning Blade to make an item unless you have some sort of backup plan. What does that sound? I think that's a Yeti. I better keep exploring around here. I do want to kill that. Whoops. I gotta start remembering to equip my Adamantium Claws. I want to kill that robot, since he can drop another laser carbine for me. There was also that room with 2 robots, although there don't appear to be anything good in that room. Ah, I unlocked this room anyway. Bah. Wasn't really my intention.
Concentrate. Concentrate.
As long as, whoops, this enemy is by itself, I'm not too worried about being knocked unconscious. So this could be an interrogation pod. Composite cloth, again. Stable isotopes, I mean, I actually just need to find a lab now. I don't even need to get my components out of the bank. How about that? Is there a lab on this floor? No. But I can easily backtrack. Let me just take a look to see what exactly was in here. Oh, right. Yeah, that's probably worth it. Let me go upstairs. I'm gonna pause the video until I find a lab. Alright, there are plenty of labs back on floor 25. So, with 81% chance of succeeding crafting the best weapon in the game, and in case I fail, it's not the end of the world, I have backup weapons, so let me roll the dice. And I succeed. How about that? With the Adamantium Sword, I don't need this. I mean, this is simply bettering every way. 15 damage, 150 penetration, 45 accuracy. Doesn't need ammunition. 200 durability, which is crazy. I do want to unload this weapon for the energy cell. I don't even really need this. Like, it's not even really worth the effort to finish using charges, but I have some space, so whatever. But yeah, the Adamantium Sword will allow me to carve up everything in the game with trivial ease. Reinforcement bot, increase armor durability by 20%. Obviously, we want to put in my best armor to cheat exo armor. And you can see how the durability is additive. I mean, not additive, but, you know, as in, when you place it in the current durability gets modified by the maximum durability. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it was at 54, now it's at 74. So the plus 20 comes from the full being modified by 20% of the base armor. It's not like you take 54 multiplied by 20%. So you might as well put that into armor, even if it's very low current durability. It's fine to do so. Next, let me make energy backpack. And then I'm going to make 2 of these bypass circuits. Yeah, that's really good now. I mean, Adamantium Sword is ridiculous. This run is going too well. How's the mag rifle looking? Is there anything else I need to make right now? Not really. Alright, well, let me try to repair this. I actually do want to... Well, there's a cooker on this floor, right? Yeah. Whatever, I'm just using my resources almost willy-nilly here because with my Adamantium Sword, I fear absolutely nothing. Why don't I use it to carve up some enemies here? Whoops. As you can see, the ridiculous amount of damage this weapon does. Hopefully that lures the heavy security bots over. Then again, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Damn. I can use the cyber scramblers again. But the thing is, this security bot will almost certainly attack me, which isn't really the idea here. When it's berserked, it will attack me. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Or I can just toss some EMP grenades. Oh! Threw grenades and it blew up the thing I wanted to get. That's really unfortunate. I mean, the way you can get around that is by first using telekinesis on it. Well, now I can deal with the robot, no problem. Oh, there's more ammunition here. Ah, teleport trap. Well, there's where the robot is. It used up all its grenades, so not really that worried. Nevertheless, might as well do some damage on it. Then it's time to lay waste to it with my best weapon. So you can see it's not necessarily that much better than the Adamantium Claws. It does have, you know, better penetration, but the total amount of damage can actually be somewhat less. It also, it also probably matters that my melee skill is considerably higher than my blade skill, but the Adamantium Blade, you know, with massive 200 durability, 150 penetration, 15 damage, and AoE, it's just the best melee weapon in the game, hands down. No contest. One could make an argument for the spear weapon called Starlance being the more versatile melee weapon, but this is still clearly the best. Starlance has the advantage that it can both attack at range and at melee. Oh, might as well kill this thing, and then I'm just gonna go on to the next floor. This is a great candidate to use the... As you can see, the Adamantium Sword is not necessarily better than the Adamantium Claw, depending on the enemy. These enemies have fairly low armor, so you can see the Shrapnel Storm does pretty high per turn damage, but still, the best feature of the Shrapnel Storm is the Paralyze. I mean, I don't really even need to kill this thing, but since I'm going on a rampage, liking Archer, this is a rampage, I'm just gonna shoot everything to death, 'cause I can. Alright, thank you for watching. Until next time.